He's the former British ambassador to Russia. Andrew, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Now, these are very strong words from our Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Were you surprised?
No, I think they're exactly the words that should have been said. It's a moment of almost lunacy in part of Russia, even to think about it.
Because it seems to be that this would be potentially, well, it'll be like a third world war. Do you think that Putin will actually listen to what Boris has said, or do you feel that he's just going to disregard everything as he seems to be doing?
I think he disregards everything that is said. He's made up his mind. I don't think it's going to be a third world war, literally. It will be a very hot beginning to a new Cold War, more like. What he's trying to do is to seize control of Ukraine. He has no reason whatsoever, let alone any right, to even attempt such a thing. And I do not think that the Russian people, who is different, one has to distinguish between the people and their rulers, will gain anything from it whatsoever.
Seems a very odd thing. I mean, it's very old school, isn't it? Just going in and annexing another nation in that way. It doesn't really make much sense, especially politically in terms of the pipeline as well. I know Germany are agreeing that they may look to pull the plug on any of that. And earlier, Boris met Ukraine president, who later said that they had agreed joint next steps and remained united in the pursuit of de-escalation and diplomacy. How important do you think the relationship is between Boris and the Ukrainian leader?
I think it's important because having a strong voice from the West helps the Ukrainians and also the Poles and the Baltic countries and others who are direct neighbours of Russia. I think you were absolutely right just now to talk about it going to an old style. This is a very Stalinist style and a very Soviet style. Soviet Union invaded Czechoslovakia, Hungary. They invaded East Germany, which is when they had to hold it down. And eventually these things completely failed. I don't see that this is going to help Russia to, I was almost going to say grow up, so I'll say grow up, and become a real country which can evolve into a much better country for all its inhabitants. It's really foolish.
And very briefly, do you feel an invasion is inevitable?
It's not inevitable, but they wouldn't stoke up things like they're doing in the eastern part of Ukraine, giving, we called it a false flag. But it is totally false. I can't imagine anyone in their right mind in Ukraine suddenly attacking Russia and going through an area of Ukraine, but into Russia, where there are 150,000 troops based in it.